Maya. And just really quickly in the chat, how many of you have done a poster presentation before? Like, you can just put like yes or something. Okay, a lot of you. Okay, there's one no. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna go over. Wait, I can't share my screen.
I can share mine, so I'm not sure why it's not.
Can you make me a co-host? I might just share the slides with you and Maya, if that's okay.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't know. It's not giving me an option.
Okay. Sorry. Let me give you a second.
Allow to record, allow to multi-play. It's weird.
Okay, I just shared it with you and Maya. Thank you. Yeah, in your email. So we will send you guys templates. So that's something that you don't have to worry about. We will send those to you ahead of time, hopefully by next week. They're looking good. We're kind of like just making sure everything looks nice and pretty. You will all use the same template for each program. So Mosaics will use the Mosaics template and LHIP will use an LHIP template. The reason for this is because I just feel like the formatting can get really weird. So if you kind of like move things around, you just have the risk of it like bleeding over or something happening. So we're just doing it for like precautionary purposes. And if you have any questions about it or need to make adjustments, just let us know and we can try to figure something out with you. Thank you, Maya. You're so fast. Can you go to slide 18 or 19, I think? Yeah, thank you. Okay, awesome. So if you haven't done a poster before, they're I think they're really fun because you have the opportunity to walk around and see lots of different things. People will come up to you. Typically, you'll have like a short spiel that you'll give them a little bit about your work, a little bit about what you did and kind of what you found. It's pretty common to do these in science or like not in the natural resource field. We will be doing a vertical poster, so it'll look like up and down, kind of like this in the picture. Can you go to the next slide? This is not what the template will look like because like I said, it's vertical, but we will provide you guys with a template, like I said. It will kind of look like this, but we want it to be like a lot of photos, so make sure that you're leaving room for pictures that you take or pictures that your site has. Yeah, we can totally share yours from last year at the end. Can you go to the next slide, Amaya? Okay, so this is, I hate doing this because I feel bad for like roasting people as posters, but kind of like what not to do. This is like really small text. So if someone is, just imagine like walking by a poster, what's going to really draw you in? For me, I'm a very visual learner, so pictures is really what draws me in, bigger text. We've read a lot of things about like no bullet points. I think that we're okay with bullet points as long as the whole poster isn't just like bullet points, if that makes sense. So if you're making a key point about, the objective of what you did this summer, that's fine. But as long as your whole poster isn't just like a bunch of bullet points. So it should have these sections. Not all of these sections. We're not doing abstracts this year, but it should be filled with mostly pictures and minimal text. So this is just too much text for a poster presentation. Okay, go to the next slide. Yeah, no, this is good. So this one, I did not write these like captions on here, just so you guys know. But yeah, this is just too busy. There's a lot going on. The background just makes it really distracting to even read each of the sections. And again, it is a lot of text. There's like no pictures at all. So while it could draw you in with the colors, it's just really hard to read and hard to digest the actual information on this poster. So this is just crammed. As you can see, it's just like packed with information, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But again, if someone is walking by, it's really overwhelming to just look at this. You guys are at some amazing places. I'm seeing all of these pictures in our group chat. And we shared the LHIP group chat too. So I've seen some of those. And I just think that you can definitely utilize the pictures that you've taken at your site or the pictures that are on your NPS websites. So definitely take advantage of that. If you're developing graphs or anything of those sorts, make sure those are really clear. If you can do them in color, that's great. And make sure your text is very concise and clear. You can make your points in fewer sentences, and you don't need to kind of ramble on. Just be very concise and clear with what you want to communicate. And we'll go over this when we do our practice sessions with you guys, but it's good to get started. I do believe you guys get to take your posters home because we don't have any intern posters in our office. Okay, so why don't you guys just put in the chat some of the things that you like about this poster and some things that you might think could be improved. And I'll look at the chat. I think someone said colors. The figures are nice. Yes, I agree. Yeah. So aesthetically, I think this is a really nice poster. I really like the colors. The figures are really clear and they're big. They're not too small where you're like kind of like staring for too long. I do think the text could be bigger, and it is spaced out quite nicely. Obviously, this is horizontal. Yours will be vertical, but I think this is a great poster in terms of like photos. They have like actual photos and then they have figures. So it's a good mix of like text and images, like a good ratio. Yes, I agree. There's like the acknowledgement section especially is like yellow. And I don't think that's a great color for like text ever. Okay, cool. Am I going to go to the next slide? Okay, what about this one? What do you like and what do you think could be improved about this one? Too many colors for the headings. Yeah, I think I really like that this poster is simple and easy to read, someone said. I really like the pictures on this. They're really big, which I like. They're clear and they kind of go with the common titles that are like throughout this. You guys will have kind of your titles. You'll have like an intro, you'll have methods, results, those types of things. So you won't necessarily have, you know, freedom with like how this person did with all the different colors, but it is very well structured. I really like the ratio again with the pictures, making pictures the really like the most like important thing. When you walk by, you're going to see the pictures. Can you go to the next slide? I think this is the last slide, but this is an example. Like I said, with the pictures, when you're walking by, you can see that there's a bunch of pictures on this. And the role when you're standing by a poster is you're going to be explaining what a like reader or a viewer is seeing. So really make it something that is visual. And obviously, of course, you can have text on it, so it can be kind of standalone. But just know that when someone's walking by and staring at your poster, the chances of them actually reading every individual sentence is not very high. So make sure that you do have a spiel to kind of give to them. And that's why I think pictures are a great resource for this. I'm not sure about LHIP. Also that these dates are not correct. So ignore these dates. But I'm not sure about LHIP. For mosaics, I know for sure there'll be methods and results. But you might have to coordinate with Daniela about that, Tatiana and Adelaide. Another thing I want to say is for the font sizes, I would write this down, or you can just watch the recording, I guess. But Font size is the smallest font that we want for actual text, like body text, is 34. And we are okay with going up to kind of 60 for heading, like bigger points and takeaways. Text can be smaller than 34 for references and acknowledgements, and also for figure captions. So if you're having figures and pictures, make sure that there are captions with it. Just a brief, like 1 to 2 sentences for figure captions or picture captions. Well, we have to cite things and put citations within the poster. Yes, you will if it's like any research, you will have to cite it, but we typically have like the numbers and then the coordinating with the numbers at the end. So it's like less of like et al. What's the biggest again? I think we can be flexible at the biggest, but we've had interns go up to like 60 and 65. You can also go to, I'm typing something. You can go to this website and you can see all of our poster presentations from last year. Just keep in mind that this year we are using the same poster like template for everyone. So some of them are different than others, and we won't be doing that this year. Everyone will be using the same template. But diversityandconservation.org has all of the poster presentations from LHIP and Mosaics last year. And then you can just go to, I think there's like a tab or something that says like poster presentations, and you can click it and see all of LHIP and Mosaics. Does anyone have any questions about poster presentations? I know there's a lot of you, so. So we will also be practicing these with you. I will be practicing obviously with Mosaics, Danielle with LHIP. And you can do as many practice sessions with us as you like, whatever you want. We've had interns do 2 to 3 before. You're just only required to do 1 with us before we actually see you present it in real life. If your supervisor wants to come and join a poster presentation, then the practice sessions, and they totally can. You can invite them. You can invite other people that you work with. It's always great to kind of practice giving your spiel in front of them. We don't have a max number of minutes per se, because it's kind of just imagine walking around to see different posters. That's really what it's going to be. I would say that if you're talking to someone and they say, hey, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you did? I would say that conversation should be like 2 to 5 minutes of just being able to communicate what you did this summer and what it contributed to, if that makes sense. Would the supervisor's flight be paid for? I'm not sure what you mean. A supervisor's flight, if they came to the workshop, no. We've typically never had supervisors fly all the way out unless NPS covered it for whatever reason. But they can come to see the practice sessions is more so what I was saying. So they can join our Zoom call when we practice one-on-one and see what your poster looks like as well. I'm not sure we can download that PDF. So when we practice with you, there is an expectation of how long to have it. Not really. So what we're looking at is again what we just did. So we're looking at how it looks like visually. Is it like, does it look nice? Is there too much text? Is it crammed? Are there enough pictures? Are there figure captions? Things like that. But we will also want to hear from you a little bit about what you did, so that if someone walks by and they say, hey, can you tell me a little bit about what you did? You're ready to kind of give that spiel. So I would say it can go anywhere between like 2 and 10 minutes, but for someone that's quickly walking by, I think 2 to 5 minutes is a good amount of time to have that kind of conversation. Okay, yes, we can download that. You can download that presentation poster from last year if you're interested, but it's always good. You can definitely go on diversity and conservation too to see more if you'd like. I would also suggest getting started on these early. It's not fun to do things last minute, so I'm going to recommend that you do them early, or at least start thinking about what you want to put on your poster, even if it's just like brainstorming what you think you want to talk about. If someone comes up to you and they say, hey, what did you do this summer? I want to get everyone, I'm going to be out of office next week, but I'm hoping that they can get everything out by next week, the templates. But for now, start taking pictures if you haven't been taking pictures at your site so that you can put them on your poster. And you can maybe ask your supervisor what you think, or what they think is like really important about whatever projects you guys are doing, and start having those conversations too. Any other questions about the posters? I don't know. I think you guys can go if you don't have any questions, but I'm not sure if we're going to go back to the main room, to be honest.
Are you going to stop recording?
Oh yeah, you can stop recording, Amaya. Thank you.